Hello, everyone. We are live. Today I am planning to work on a self portrait from when I was 33 years old, and we'll see how we do on that. I'm going to go ahead and try to share this on Twitter. Assuming that it's showing up on my channel. Yes, it is. So here we go. It's showing up. Got it muted. Okay, at least. All right, it's not actually muted. I thought I had it muted, but okay, now it's muted. Go back into the stream and we'll just get started. I wanted to really focus not on myself, but on the painting. I'm not sure exactly. Over here, I can possibly see it if anybody else is watching. Over here, I can possibly see it if anybody else is watching. Let's see, I guess I should probably mute it too. So what we're going to start out doing is I'm going to pour out some paint. Mm-hmm. These are the paints that I have so far. I'm going to hopefully find some blue. And here's the blue. So this is all the paint that we're going to use. And I'm going to mix myself up some small amount of sort of orange brown with a little bit of the blue, and that should give us a sort of brown to get started with. Although it seems like that blue gets in the way a lot. So here we go. And we're going to start out. Oh, here are my glasses, so I can actually see what I'm doing. And here is the picture. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to start painting. So I want this easy for people to see. This is when I was 33 years old, so I was neither particularly young nor particularly old at the time. And if you're painting at home, you could be painting yourself from some already existing photograph of you, or you could be looking in the mirror. That's better because you move when you look in the mirror. So I had sort of a Bordeaux sweater on. This is way too bright, but I'm going to start out this way. The glasses keep falling out on me. I never know whether I should have my glasses on or off because it's just really hard to tell. Okay. Now, something a little bit more interesting. I'll take a picture. I'm going to move this so I'll give you some idea of what it looks like. Later on, if we want to make it darker, we'll add more blue. If we want to make it lighter, we'll add more yellow. This is just our outline. Let's start it. If you have any comments, you can just let me know in chat. I added too much blue here. And we'll add more red. See, really, if you've got it done, then what you do when you paint is you try to draw with paint. And one of the wonderful things about the paint is if you make a mistake, you can paint over your mistake until you get it right. So in that way, paint is actually more forgiving than some of the other mediums. I never erase, I just paint over it. Okay. So before we actually try to go into the face, I will go ahead and try to share this on my main channel, the one where I have 39,000 subscribers who are mostly interested in bow grooming videos. So if you're wondering, when was this picture taken and what is the significance of this picture? Let me tell you that when I was 33 years old, I finished writing my second novel. That novel is Vacuum County. The painting for Vacuum County is quite interesting. So on the cover of Vacuum County, you can see my painting about the Mount Carmel massacre. This is the novel that I finished writing when I was 33 years old, and this is what I looked like when I finished writing it. So now we want to maybe go in here, and this is the color that I put on my brush. It's got a lot of red in it because I kind of like it when the dark areas on the face have a lot of red in them. And so I'm going to now go in and try to do the outline of the face. See, all I'm doing right now is that I'm just drawing. But this is kind of like a preliminary sketch. It's not necessarily the end product. Now I now have really, really big bags under my eyes, but at that time, the bags under my eyes were quite a bit less. Now that kind of looks like it, and it doesn't. So we can start to worry about making certain things darker. shading over here. So there's like also over here we've got just kind of my hair is kind of wavy. I'm gonna also get some so that there's certain areas where it does its own thing. Now, pretty soon I'm going to start doing the highlights on everything. So far, I'm mostly concentrating on the shadows. If you're wondering how to go about painting yourself, then this sort of way to do it. I think in a way, when I'm painting myself, I'm less conflicted about it because I don't mind making it look ugly. When I'm painting somebody else, you also, and if you think that they're watching you paint, they might think, oh, you made that really ugly. I don't think I like it. So at least I don't have to worry about that when I'm painting myself. I know that this is just a phase. It's just part of the process. So if something looks really wrong, it's not a big deal. And as you can see, I'm, as I mix the colors, they come out different shades because it's just what happens when you mix them. And I'm really much more interested in the shape right now than I am in the color. We'll get to getting the colors a little bit more accurate later. So now we're going to go and try to go in with a white and see what needs to be more white. Now in reality, there's not that much whiteness to our eyes, so later on we might have to darken that. But there's a lot of, over here, there's just a lot of highlights. And there's the highlight here on the nose. But we don't want to make this too much, There's a little bit of a light area right here. I have to get my own hair out of the way. And it's a little bit dirty. There's almost no white area here, except maybe just a tiny part of the throat and a tiny part over here. Almost everything is dark. So I've got these kind of areas here. There are some highlights in the hair. So it's a play between light and dark. And even in your eyebrows, your eyebrows are not uniform. Okay. Now I want to do something here. I want to put a few specks of green in the eyes because my eyes are hazel. So they're brown, but they're also somewhat green. Okay, that's way too blue looking, but okay. I think there's yellow in there. Okay, not very realistic, but anyway. I think now what we want to do is we want to get some sort of pinkish hue, which is this intermediate area between white and brown. I mean, even over here in the bags under the eyes, there's kind of a little bit of pink. Let's get all of them over there. And I'm just going to put on adulterated fat for a while. So as you can see, I'm not very particular about the colors that I use. I'm just more interested in creating the effects of light and dark, so that you can see what the surfaces are that we're dealing with, what different planes appear in the face. I know that there are people watching, so if you have any comments, or if you have some ideas on how to make this a more realistic or a nicer portrait, just let me know, because I'm still in the process. I'm just trying to create, the impression of what I see in this picture. So that was too much, but always deal with that. A minute. Sort of do this. To give the impression that the hair is not uniform and there are parts of the hair that are, lighter than other parts that are darker. That's all we're trying to do here. And of course, I hate when I do this. I hate that. I hate when I do everything dirty. But if you look at that right now, it kind of looks like the character of the person in the portrait. I don't know if you can see this way. There you go. There she is. And of course, once I decide that it kind of looks like the person that I wanted to paint, what I often do is I step away. And I think that's really kind of important. So, painting myself as well as painting myself. I've got paint on myself. Um, so you need to and say, hey, does that look like me? Does it look like me in this particular portrait of me? And if so, maybe I want to set it. Okay, and what do I mean by I want to set it? I might decide that this is not the end product. This is not what I'm going to end up with eventually, but it's close enough so that if I do make a mistake in the future, I want to be able to come back to this particular stage. So I'm going to go wash my hands and face, and then I'm going to try to show you what I do to set it. And then there will be some other stages of the painting later on. Okay, so this is the kind of varnish that I use. As you know, acrylic paint dries very fast. Um, I can touch here and it's already dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to varnish. I'm going to show you how I do that. And after I varnish, I can still come back and paint some more if I want to. Okay. I will definitely come back and paint some more, but there comes a time when the more you add, the worse it gets. And you need to step away from it and you need to think about it and you need to think, what do I need to do to make this look more like the painting that I painted? So if you want to support my channel, please subscribe, like, and press the bell icon for notifications. And if you really like my stuff, you could buy my merch and you could even buy my novels. Even if you don't like the novel, it comes with a painting that I painted of the Mount Carmel massacre. And so it's a piece of art. And anyway, that's about as much time as I have for painting today. So thank you so much for spending the time with me. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful Sunday.